Hi everybody. Happy Wednesday. So this is your astro forecast for this week, which I normally do on Monday. I'm a little behind, so we're starting with today, the 19th, and we have the moon in Taurus all day today. The moon in Taurus really brings us to our senses, right? Taurus is all about using her senses to experience the world and immerse within the world, right? So finding time today to really be present with what's going on around you. And then from this stillness, from this presence, actually creating, right? So this is where creation comes from this stillness. Taurus is a very creative sign. And when the moon is in her energy, our emotions sort of lean this way where they want some stillness, right? So give yourself some space, some time today to sit still. And from that place, see what springs forth. And we also have the sun who's still in Sagittarius at 27 degrees, which some of you may remember is the galactic center, right? This is the point in the sky that the entire Milky Way revolves around. And it's said that powerful downloads come from this place in the form of information, right? Streaming energetically to us. And when the sun meets the galactic center, it amplifies these downloads, right? Bringing us sort of like aha moments. So again, another reason to really meditate today. The sun in Sagittarius is actually squaring, right? Remember, squares cause friction, tension. They kind of feel like energies pulling apart at each other. So the sun is squaring with Chiron, who is in Pisces. Chiron is our wounded healer, right? Whenever Chiron's around, it brings up past trauma, but also opportunity for healing, right? So you might actually feel some tension around your past, right? Or just frustration, like, why won't this go away? Like, why do I have these ghosts, right? Why do these energies haunt me? You know, that's a very common thing that happens when there's a square with Chiron. So you might be feeling that, but know that with any square, there's always an opportunity for a breakthrough, right? And that breakthrough is going to come from sitting still and seeing if you can get some of these downloads and these new like pieces of information, right, that change our perspectives from the galactic center. And then the sun actually will continue on. It will continue with its square with Chiron. But tomorrow on Thursday, we'll actually trine directly with Uranus. Uranus is the planet of change, right? It breaks things up. So here's our breakthrough, right? First the download, the frustration, and then the breakthrough on the other side, right? So with the trines are very beneficial, right? So the sun will be working with Uranus to help bring forth expansive breakthroughs and changes, right? So be really flexible tomorrow to just whatever energy comes your way and be open to change, especially in the emotional realm. Know that your emotions can change in a moment's notice. And actually tomorrow we'll have the moon in Gemini, which will help this, right? When the moon is in Gemini, it actually helps our emotions change. Gemini is a very fast moving energy. And when the moon lands there, it's like sometimes we can kind of be a little bit moody and like have mood swings because we pivot back and forth between our emotions. So be aware of that. And sometimes it can cause like emotional detachment just because there's so much going on in the emotional realm when the moon's in Gemini. But just be open to this change in emotions to ultimately help you heal, right? We're in this last sector of the year where this healing is really being offered to us, and this clearing, right? These last couple of weeks of 2018 are all about clearing out the old and making room for the new. And so be open to and flexible to these changes and emotions, especially around your past and especially around healing. And then, on Friday, we have the winter solstice and we have the start of Capricorn. So those two things always coincide. The winter solstice is this time of renewal, right? So we have these natural cycles in nature that we can follow if we choose to. The winter solstice is one where we kind of collect our energy inward. And Capricorn itself is all about energy going inward. So that's when we'll start that Capricorn season, which is always very interesting because it kind of straddles the busy holiday season where we're, extroverting, which Capricorn is very much about dealing with the external world. But then also we come into the new year where we'll have our new moon in Capricorn, and it's really a time to focus. But it all starts with the winter solstice. And I have a great blog up about that. I'll put the link for you. If you just tap the title of this video, you'll get to all the links. So I'll put the link for the winter solstice blog, which has some really interesting rituals you can do even bath rituals to help clear, right? This is a clearing time. And then Capricorn, we have the Capricorn workbook coming up. So this will help guide you through the season of Capricorn, help you work with the energy, and then help you work with the new moon energy come January. So really bringing focus. On Saturday, we have the moon moving into Cancer, where we will have our full moon. So this is a really great moon. It's interesting because it's coming right at the winter solstice. Our full moons are coming right at the start of the seasons. The next 4 will be at the start of the season, providing this time to release, right? Full moons are times to release, especially when it's a Cancer full moon. This is a really powerful time of clearing and setting the stage and really nourishing yourself. The full moon will be exact at like 9:48 a.m. Pacific time on Saturday. So you have about 24 hours on either end to work with your intentions, work with your clearing. The full moon in Cancer workbook always has about 10 questions in the back and then some intention setting. And the practices are really meant to help you merge the energies of the moon sign, which is Cancer, and the opposing sun sign, which is Capricorn. And, on a full moon, we always have this opposition of sun and moon. And so when we come together and we fuse them, we can create this balance point, this integration. So this full moon workbook is really about that integration. And it's the perfect sort of start and clearing to get you mentally and emotionally prepared for 2019. So I highly suggest doing something around the full moon in Cancer to help you clear and set the stage for Capricorn, which is this like focused, right, stamina energy where we can do anything, climb any mountain. And so, and the full moon will continue, the moon will continue in Cancer on Sunday. So we'll still have that time to nourish ourselves. I love it when the moon's in Cancer on a Sunday because it's like self-care day. And you can work still with your practices and your intentions around the full moon all day on Sunday. All right, so have a great week, and I'll see you next week.